Hey there everyone, this is Matt for Creative. Today we're taking a look at iOS 13, the public beta. We're going to have it running on the iPhone SE, which is one of my favorite form factor phones in terms of an iPhone. So what an iPhone SE is, it's the insides of an iPhone 6S with the outside body of what was an iPhone 5 or 5S. So if you heard a little bit like a few months ago, they re-released this at a much lower price point, I think, to clear out the inventory from Apple, and it was pretty popular. You couldn't buy it within just, I think, days after they released it. So I'm a fan of small form factor phones. A lot of people are. I do also have a XS Max, and I've also installed iOS 13 as a public beta on that as well. I've had some issues, but a lot of the stuff I like dark mode, which is currently in, and I'll show you. But there are things like the camera where when you go to the camera, it doesn't work sometimes. And then when you try to use the camera through Instagram, it does not, it records, it does not save. And it just seems like, these are some things you can kind of get with a public beta. And that's, you have to be wary about that. So be careful about installing this when you first get started. But let me show you first the dark mode. And how I would get to it is I'm going to long press on this. And if you saw the background here, this is black. When you go to the light mode, you'll see that this portion here has turned white. And so a lot of these things, you can see this is white, but if you scroll here and then go back to dark mode, this becomes all black, and I like that a lot more. Myself and a lot of other people like that because it's easier on the eyes. Unfortunately, because this is an LED screen, you're not going to get any battery saving on this, but if it's an OLED screen like the XS Max, you will get some help. But for me, it's just in terms of making it easier on the eyes. So first, since we're in the photos, let's take a look at photos. You can look at all photos, days, months, and then years ago. But you can also adjust the way that you see the photos here. So right now I have it by 5. You can go by 3. You can go all the way to 1, but you can also go even more out. Now for me, that's a little bit too far away. I can't really see anything myself. Even with this tiny screen, I like it by 5. That way you get to see everything. I can kind of make out what everything is, and then I can just go forward into what I was doing. So you can set that and go. You can also get the For You, the recently shared. You can go to your albums, what you've been working on. And for me as a photographer, I'm very happy with what they have here. For me, I have my DSLR, and I import right into this with the little adapter. So I'm perfectly fine. Now, other things like Instagram, like you can see here, it does not always, this doesn't do anything with dark mode. All this is just the stock thing. But I believe that Apple has released some things so that these other creators, they can actually make a layer of dark mode for this as well. And I'm assuming Instagram will do this shortly. So I'll be very happy when that kind of goes throughout all of the apps, not just like photos and mail and messages. Speaking of messages, if you go here, you can see all of this. And this is all dark. It's just so much better on my eyes. I like black background with white text. And it's the same with the mail. As you can see here, it's kind of gray. But if you go to anything like this, when it populates, that's going to be all dark. And I'm very, very happy with that. The weather, not really doing anything. It's just going to be whatever the weather is. That really doesn't change between light and dark mode. But I think it's pretty good. I've been very happy with the way it's been running, except for the camera issue and then sometimes apps just not working. For instance, let's go to Pokemon Go. This is one of the apps that does work, but I'm not sure if it's the app being updated by this company Niantic or if it's running on iOS 13. It opens slower than it used to on this phone and also on the XS Max. So it's just a little bit slower, but hey, that's just what happens maybe when the app compatibility isn't perfect. Yeah, it works. And I'm very happy that this game that I play and many other people play, it still works perfectly fine on an iPhone SE. Super happy about that. Now let's see the camera. Let's see if that will work. Okay, this is one of the times when it does work. So very happy with this. The camera quality seems to not have changed whatsoever. It still has HDR, still has live photos, but again, because it's a beta, I've been having some problems with this. So if you're using this primarily to take photos, be careful installing iOS 13 because I've had issues. But that's pretty much what I want to show you. Show you that it does properly run on an iPhone SE, show that you can get dark mode and it does change like the kind of layout and how you would look at this. And I've been very happy. So I've been using this with tons of other apps. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section below. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.